to Business 24 on iBrandTV, Nigeria's leading online channel. I am Michael Nath, and I'm your host on the show. As usual, let's share ideas on business dynamics for the maximum benefits of one and all. On this episode, we are going to talk about something very interesting. Yes, very interesting. We shall talk about making the best use of the social media to sell your brand, promote your business, or push your idea, just about anything, as the case may be. In a nutshell, making the best use of social media marketing tools. We'll come up with details shortly.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
You're still watching Business 24 here on iBrandTV, and I have here with me as guest analyst today a dutiful wife, a joyful mother of 3 wonderful children, and by expertise, a quintessential digital marketer in person of Joy Akosa Eghebi. Joy, you're welcome to Business 24 on iBrandTV.
Thank you so much. It's nice meeting you.
You're very welcome. Now, before we go to the discussion proper, let's take this business tip. Learn to say the 2 important words, yes and no, as at when necessary. And that means being decisive. No predilection, no sentiments. This is iBrandTV, and you're watching Business 24. Now, social media, as we have them, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and so on, are more than simply tools for entertainment, socializing, or networking. They are powerful marketing tools. However, it takes a know-how first and foremost. It takes definite strategy and specific tactics to win on the social media. With about 8 billion users shared among the top 10 social media sites, the global reach of the social media, and the seamless hit right on target with audience delivery, it is a huge platform for brand awareness, engagement, positioning, and visibility. But like I said earlier, it takes know-how. What is what? Which is which? What platform is most suitable for what audience? Which medium is best for what target? And so on and so forth. Now, shortly, we are going to learn 1 or 2 things as Joy Akosa Eghebi joyfully leads us through after this break. Stay with us.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This now real banga. Just put on for fire and your food got ready. Everybody follow me, chop banga, hey banga, make you follow me, chop banga, banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans, and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga for make your food yummy.
It's still Business 24 on iBrand TV. Like I said, I have with me here Joy. Joy, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's start by knowing how best to engage online users.
Okay. The best way to engage online users, as we know, social media specifically, is by, being real, giving them the content that they want to consume, because we online, we consume a lot of content via images, whether videos or whether still pictures. We consume content, and everything is content now. You as a social media user, you know exactly what you want your audience to consume. We're on social media for different things, and some people are there for business, some people are there for influencing and what have you. But then, if you are a social media influencer, for example, you want to create content that are engaging, that's say video or dance videos, and as a business owner, you want to also engage that your online customers without, making them feel like you're on serious. So, in as much as possible, as a business owner, you create tips here and there concerning your business, tips around your business, lecturing, educating us. That way we are engaging in your post. Because if you are not educating, we have no reason for following you. We can't just be following you as a business owner on your page for just come and buy this, come and buy that, come and buy this. We want something different, So you have to educate us on those things. Why should we use those things? Create video contents that engage us. We talk about it, ask questions, we talk about it, and people like to answer questions.
Wow.
Online, yeah. So we want content
when the questions are interesting,
yes,
or just about any question.
If you ask engaging questions,
okay.
Like, would you take a red handbag instead of a black handbag?
And
we want to have opinion. Yes, we want to have opinions about that.
Okay.
Oh, I would love a red handbag. Oh, I would love a black handbag. So such contents like that engage online users.
Beautiful. Now, talking about contents, because that's exactly what you've been talking about since when you started. How best can we send these contents across to online consumers?
It could be via videos, video creations. And there are different types of videos. There are videos that when you don't have a good camera, they are blurry, and your audience would find it boring to consume that kind of content. So for social media, we want entertaining videos, entertaining content. You could use TikTok, you could use Instagram, you could drive your message through Facebook or Instagram or YouTube itself. So there are different platforms where you can make people consume your content. So that's the best way to send this content across.
You've mentioned video and all that. It can also come in audio form.
Yes, that's where we have podcast.
Okay.
We have podcast.
Could you break that down, for people there who don't know what podcast is all about?
Usually podcasts are used by, people who want to teach something. It could be for pastors, it could be for coaches, life coaches. They want to pass a message across, and they don't want to, gone are the days where we have the DVD player, and so a podcast is where you share a link and people can listen to your audio. So there are numerous podcast hosting sites, which I cannot give full details now, but when you go on Google, you search for the best podcast platforms, you see where you can host your audios, and then people you can share to your friends and your family and your audience, and they would listen to your podcast.
How did they go about accessing these podcasts you're talking about?
Is it for the audience or for the people uploading this podcast?
of people uploading?
Okay, people uploading, that's what I'm saying. If you go on Google, you said they are different, just like you have YouTube, you have Instagram, and you have Facebook. They are different podcast platforms. So when you go, you upload your audio. It has to be audio.
Okay.
When you upload it, you share the link, just as you share your music link or your MP3 link, and people listen to your podcast.
All right.
Yes, some of those platforms are paid for.
Wow.
Yes, they are.
While some are free.
Yes, while some are free.
What now is the difference between the paid for
If you
podcasts?
are a regular podcast user, you would want to upload, say, audios every now and then. Maybe there's a 1 month free trial or 3 days free trial. Then you won't be able to upload podcast again except you pay for the platform.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Now, is there any way one can detect, you know, if the followership of a particular social media account is fake or robot kind of followership?
Okay, this is interesting. This is for Instagram, basically, because that's where we have the followership, and Twitter. If your followers are fake, it's obvious because, number one, you have low engagement on your post. At the same time, these followers drop. When you buy a robot follower, they drop. That's the follower. The number of followers reduces automatically by themselves. So let's say I spend, let's say I spend 50,000 to get 10,000 followers. Robots, like where we have the Indian, the Israelites, and flowers following people. With time, these followers drop. They drop, so you just wasted your money.
Wait a minute. When you pay for it, it doesn't have to drop.
It's not.
So what's the essence of paying?
Yeah, it's you that is buying. You would answer the question of why are you buying something that is going to drop. But you know, because of the social scope, we want to be there. We want to be among those who have 1 million followers, 2 million followers. I have a lot of music artists who buy followers. I don't want to mention names. They buy these followers. When they buy them, it drops. And then they start having panic attack. Like, oh, it's dropping, refill. And when you refill, it drops again.
Refilling means paying extra.
Extra to get more, to cover up the missing ones. So that's why some people, their followers are stagnant. They don't grow. You won't see them go, but you just notice, if you watch very well, you notice that it drops. So those are fake followers.
I see. Then is it the same thing as a robot follower?
Yes, fake followers is robots. Okay. Somebody, how do they go about this robot? Somebody sits down and creates accounts.
Okay.
And then start using those accounts to follow. So there are people that are in the business of that. They can open like 1,000, they are a team, open 1,000, 2,000 accounts, and they use it to follow you. And so when Instagram detects such fake accounts, because Instagram deactivates accounts that are inactive after some time. Now imagine they follow you with such accounts, so that's why it drops, because they deactivated them.
Oh, I see. How long does it take for this deactivation to take place?
It could take a year, maybe anytime Instagram is updating their software or their system or from their back end.
Okay, there's this friend of mine who said in his account, there's a particular figure there, and he would watch a couple of people around him, you know, still on that account, but the number doesn't increase. It still remains that figure, the original figure.
It's because it's dropping.
So and that's the fake stuff.
Yes, it's dropping. So when it's dropping, even if you're adding, you wouldn't even notice.
Right. Interesting. This is really interesting. Now, what tools are appropriate for the following? Say, scheduling, content creation, social listening. Let's start with scheduling, for instance.
Okay, if you want to schedule your post.
Yes.
Like if you're a social media person and you're very busy, there are tools that you use to schedule your post a day, a week. So it automatically posts by itself. So we have Plotagon, we have Hot Shoots, we have so many. We can even use Canva to schedule posts. There's an application called Canva. Then you can even use Facebook Business Shoots to schedule posts too.
Which one is the best of all these tools?
I prefer Hot Shoot personally.
What's the reason?
Because Hot Shoot allows me to manage up to like 10 accounts at the same time. And it works for like all social media platforms. So like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So I can have a schedule for my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, and all of the other social media platforms. But Plotagon does not allow me to do that.
What about Canva?
Canva is for content creation, because you would get there. Canva is for content creation. You design graphics on it, images.
Okay,
and
that's
videos.
exactly the next question I was going to ask.
Yes.
The content creation.
Yes, you use Canva to create graphics, use it to design your videos, your flyers, your invites, and your YouTube thumbnail.
I see. Then let's talk about social listening.
Okay, that's where you have the podcast.
I see.
Yes.
I see. There's only one particular tool that you can use for all this. The one you said, you mentioned the name.
Post no.
A particular tool you said can be used, to create this.
Design. No, there's no one particular tool. All tools have different usage. Yes.
Okay.
So Canva is for content creation, just content creation.
Now, can we take it, straight? Like this is for this, that
Canva is for creating content.
Okay.
That's where you have, under content, you have images, flyers, videos, and all of that.
Okay.
Content creation too, you could use, it can fall under editing. When you're editing your videos on your mobile phones, we have Viva Video, we have Filmora, we have Power Editor, we have InShots. So these are video editing tools that you can use to create your content.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how does one integrate social media with offline with offline events?
Okay, when you say offline events, for where you're having an event outside,
Yes, sure.
and you want to stream it
Connect
live,
it, yes.
Yes,
Have it
simple.
shown on the social media.
It's
same
simple.
time it's
That is
happening.
why we have the live. We have the live streaming. We have YouTube live streaming. We have Facebook live streaming. In fact, all social media now has live. Even TikTok has live streaming now. So wherever you are, and you want a real-time consumption of that content, somebody can just go live. On your phone, you can go live, and then you video everything.
Is there any particular tool you would use to do this?
It's already on the platform.
Okay, there's an app.
There's not on Facebook.
Okay.
We have the post, we have the live. So when you just click on the live, it takes you live. Instagram too, if you just click on the live,
Automatically.
Automatically.
And you don't have to pay anything
No,
or...
you don't have to.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Now, that will take us to the next question, which is how to handle negative comments, about your brand on social media.
Okay.
How does one go about that? Because, you can't stop these things from coming.
Okay.
So how can one contain all this and still stay confident and stable?
Okay, as a business owner, I would say I handle social media negative comments in a light way. Now, when somebody comments on my page and said, I paid for something, you didn't deliver the service, or I would reply the person. I said, are you sure what you're saying? And when the person replies me, I would go to the person's DM, private message. I will talk about it. If it's too hurtful, I will just delete it. There's no need replying. So
is that fair?
Since you're going to address the issue privately, so there's no need leaving that kind of negative comment on your page, because it will affect new visitors or new customers.
And discourage them.
And you would not want that for your business. So the best thing to do is to handle it privately. Go put a call across to the person who made that comment and settle the matter amicably. And then the person will calm down.
Isn't it wise to do this thing openly, so those of them who might have the same problem or challenge would have their problem solved, without actually talking to you?
Get ready for your social media comment section to turn to where you solve customer care issues. Because every single person, there are lots of people that have issues with you, but maybe they don't address the issue, they don't talk about it. And once people see that one person has come out to talk, then you will now see in fact, you'll be wondering if really you had this kind of problem. So that's how it is, even for celebrities. When one person has problem, oh, she's a snob.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. She's a snob. She snubbed me yesterday. Yes, it's true. Different people would come out to attack you at the same time. You wouldn't want that. So the best thing to do is to just delete the comment and address the issue privately.
Okay.
That's just the best way.
I see. Now, you have, from all you've said, you don't ever subscribe to fake followership, like paying for robots and all that?
I do not.
So what way or ways can
to build your followers?
That is it.
By creating nice content.
Oh, you mentioned it before.
Yes.
And these nice contents you're talking about could be musical,
it could be music, it could be videos, it could be anything.
Of all these contents, which one is the most effective?
When you show yourself.
I don't understand.
When you show yourself, like when you are showing yourself as a person, this is me, this is my brand, I want to connect with my brand. So when you use your personality to sell whatever you are selling online, it sells faster. Meaning that if I come tomorrow to sell, say, shoe,
yeah,
that's how I would carry my personality with the shoe, that you would subscribe to it, even if I have 5 followers. So personality sells. So I'm going to give an example.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a client of mine yesterday. She's into logistics and she just opened like a week ago.
Okay.
So on her page, she has 100 followers. So nobody knows her. And she has the 4 bikes parked in her house. So she has only 1 functioning. And that's because there's no customers using the bike. That's why the 4 are parked in her house. And she's just saying, it's new, no customer yet. I said, don't worry, there will be customer. Then she goes ahead, use Canva to create content. Nobody is still subscribing to the logistics service. So what I did was, the strategy I used was, I went there and I told her, let's do video content. And she said she's a shy person, that she cannot just do videos. I said, you will do the video. So we went ahead, we took like 10 times videos, and finally we came up with 1 or 2. And immediately she posted that video on her social media page. Then she said her bike is fully booked. And she needs another rider ASAP.
Just like that?
Just like that. So meaning what happened there was, we didn't connect with the flyer that she posted. There are lots of logistics company. Why should I use you? There's no reason for me to use you. I had one I was using before I saw your advert. So why should I just leave that one? So we came up with a strategy. Okay, let's break this market. Let's do 500 naira logistics anywhere on the island, and 1,000 anywhere on the mainland. And we did a video with that. In fact, the video, she carried baking pan. If you go to my page, you would see it. She carried baking pan and was hitting it. 500 naira logistics club. And that was how she was fully booked. And she said she has stopped taking orders. My goodness. So what am I trying to say? That she came out, she showed herself. This is me. This is this logistics company. I am offering you this. I am not behind my flyer, or I'm not behind one bike. I'm telling you I have a logistics company. We want to know who the owner is. We want to be able to connect to you. So displaying the product is not enough. Displaying the product is not enough. Who is the product? You are the product. That is why people that have shops offline, when you hear something like, I kept a sales girl in my shop and I didn't make sales. When I came, I started making sales. So why were you sitting down here? So is it that people didn't like you? That's because you are your brand and not what you're selling. Because if you close your shop today, so you know, there are lots of things that happen, like a market caught fire, for example. All the wares damaged. What makes that person come back up is because whether or not you have the wares, whether it caught fire or not, you yourself are the electrician. So you can always come back up. So we have people, I know you as an electrician, I don't know what you have. So somebody can give me a job. Please, I have a job for you to come and repair something. And then that's how you get one job and you pick back up. So with or without your shop, you are your brand. So that's the same thing with online. With or without your page, you are your brand. We want to know your brand because social media is first a social media platform before it is a business place. Yeah. So we have to put the business and the social together. It was first a social media. I don't think Mark created Facebook or Instagram for business in the first place. That was not the idea. The idea was to connect friends and family. Okay, now you've been talking about individuals and products or services. Yes. For an organization, say a media organization, how best, what's the most effective approach to one, establishing its presence, and then of course attracting a huge followership? the team behind such an organization, whether it's a civilized organization or a media or whatever organization it is, and we don't have a particular person to place to the brand. So that kind of organization will find it difficult to show themselves. But then the team is the brand in such a situation. Behind the scenes, we want to see how they are doing their thing, how they play at work. I want to connect. I'm watching this show because of the way the workers behave. I'm watching this show because of the interesting topics. I'm watching this show because they connect to the layman. I'm watching this show because they speak English or they speak Pidgin. I'm watching this show. There's a reason why people watch programs, you know. So we want to see behind the scenes. We want to see why they're setting up. We want to see why, when they're doing board meetings, even if you're not hearing what they're saying, but just the real
on the
life
social media.
On their social media. We want to see the life thing that is happening behind the scene. I know I don't want to mention any brand here, but I know some programs that behind the scenes, even on radio stations, we see what happens behind the scenes, behind the radio, behind whatever. We see what happens. And most of us watch the programs because of a particular presenter.
I see.
We watch a program because of a particular, we know some TV stations because of a particular presenter. So that's why I said the team is the brand in such situations. Yes.
Is there any way you can make that your page very attractive, you know, to knock off all other competitors? At least one has to be...
you have to do something different that nobody is doing.
And among those different things you're talking about are?
You are creating a niche for yourself. Now, if everybody is speaking Igbo, I decide to speak Pidgin.
All right.
Do you get? So that's creating a market presence for yourself.
Something peculiar to you.
To you. I know a lot of digital marketers that when you go to their pages, what you see is what? Flyer, we do this, we do ads, we do this, we do email marketing landing page. When you come to my page, in fact, you are confused because it's like, it's one woman that is standing there and telling you as a business owner, come, I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to build the landing page for you. I'm going to do your ads for you. I'm going to teach you the kind of content that would sell for you. That is different. Because you will not see two of that. You are not going to come to my page and start saying flyer. We do email marketing. We train you. We do this. No. You are seeing everything live as it's happening.
Seeing the individuals
concerned. You are seeing the individuals concerned. You are seeing the business owner I'm working with. It's not like I heard that you worked for somebody. You are seeing them. They are talking. You are hearing it. You are seeing everything. Every step that I take, you are seeing it like you live in me.
I see. You have to be practical.
You have to be practical. Physical. You have to be real. It's social media, so we want to connect with those who are.
See. Now, you're on iBrandTV.
Okay.
Do you subscribe, like, or follow iBrandTV?
Yes, I do. I do.
You do?
Yes, I do.
How would you assess its social, what is it now, media performance or presence?
Okay. I don't want to say, I don't know if I should say I spoke with your social media.
Okay. Well, that may not be necessary. We're not talking about the organization itself. Yes.
Okay, your Instagram handle. It's doing well. It's doing perfectly well. I love your graphics. I love your designs. And then we'll do more suggestions after now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's very, very interesting. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Joy Akosa Eghebi. That's been wonderful. In fact, if I had the time and the chance to go about this, it will be all through the day, because I'm sure a lot of people out there must have learned so much. Okay, those of them who must have missed this would have missed so much too. Thank you very much. We hope to call you here again sometime in future to help us learn more about the social media. It's been fantastic having you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And that's the way it's been on the show today. And I hope, just the same way I did, that you've learned so much. Another edition of the program will be back again sooner than you know it. I'm Michael Nath. Thanks very much for watching.